I still can't wrap my head around unsweetened iced tea. Because like
yeah,
why would you drink that over water, right? Like
right? I don't know. I guess maybe for people who are diabetic and can't drink sugar. I don't know. But then it's just like
but they can't drink water?
I mean, can't drink sugar. Yeah, they could drink water. I don't know. It is a weird. I've never really thought about it. It's just kind of a thing here, you know. I guess kind of like living in a communist country. You don't really question it. You're just born there. I'm just here. I accidentally get unsweetened tea sometimes, and I just drink it, and I don't enjoy it, but I do it. I guess that's a byproduct of living in Texas. But speaking of byproducts, spawning in the top left-hand corner, this is the byproduct of a really good StarCraft streamer, maybe a pro. Nobody really knows. He is from Mexico. He is the man who does not need an introduction. He is JimRising.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Peruvian Zerg player. He's half Peruvian, he is also half Italian. He is currently teamless. He is Ryu.
Chat's great.
Oh, you weren't okay. So while you were gone, so much happened while you were gone. There was a lot of food discussion. There was a pineapple
food talk.
Yes, there was a pineapple pizza discussion as well last week, to the point where Milk actually had we had a show match at the end of Copa Hyperion between Milk and Vortex.
Oh my God! What?
because the entire we were talking. Okay. So we were talking about pineapple on pizza, and then that evolved into fruit on pizza, and then we found images online of kiwi on pizza and strawberry on pizza.
Whoa, that's a little too much.
And it was crazy, and the Vortex was very offended by the idea of fruit on pizza.
What is the Italian?
So we ended up hosting a show match. It was a best of 3, Milk versus Vortex on Fruitland, which is which is an old GSL map. And
oh my God,
it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
And who won?
Milk won.
Oh my God, Milk won.
Wow,
how could you fail us like that, Vortex?
Yeah. So you know what? Because Milk won, like this is a fruit on pizza kind of stream right now.
I mean, I'm on Milk's side, but also like Vortex. Come on, bro, you should have that. You're a regular here. But also, pineapple does belong on pizza now. But like, you know, fruit sounds kind of weird, but I wouldn't mind like a fried plantain on a pizza.
It's a plantain.
What? You've never heard of fried plantains?
Is that banana?
Yeah, it's like a banana, but I don't know how to describe it. Maybe more like tart.
Is it a green banana?
It's different colors. It could be green or yellow.
Okay. It's like thick though, right? It's like a thick boy.
Thick, yeah. I forget what culture it is, but I think it's maybe Puerto Ricans or something. I don't know, but they smash it. They cut it up into little banana slices. They smash it and then they fry it, or they'll fry it and then smash it. But so it's pretty good.
Fun fact.
It's almost like a sweet potato.
Yeah. Fun fact. This morning I actually had mahao for breakfast, and that is mashed up like plantains, like with
wow.
And you cook it with onion and like you fry it. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy. What is it called?
Mahao. Hold on. It's and in Peru, like chifles is the big thing, which is basically like fried like banana chips, but from plantain.
That's pretty popular. Plantain banana chips. Interesting. So much food information here.
Oh God.
Wow, Curl's right. I haven't checked the clips in a minute. I usually look at all the clips, but I've been busy lately.
Hey, mate, you gotta catch up. Meanwhile, like, there is a StarCraft game going on, and I did want to point out, Ryu, he did go for a fast third base. JimRising went for a fast lair, and it's Jim. We know what he wants to do.
Everybody has to take a shot. Every time Jim goes mutas, we take a shot. Surprisingly, there's no tequila by my bed today.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I drank it last night, so.
Okay.
I didn't have time to get more today. I have a good excuse this time. So don't worry, guys. I'll have a bottle within reach next time.
So this is
Who
really,
put the creep down here?
yeah, it
Jim?
was actually, it was Ryu. Ryu was like, oh no, sorry, Jim. There we go.
Okay.
So,
You shouldn't have moved that Overlord. That would have helped.
yeah. What's interesting is that I'm really curious to see what Ryu's doing, because he's getting +1/+1. So he's going for a massive like Ling flood, and we'll see if he's going to be able to. Oh, okay, he already cancels the third base.
Wow. That's not bad canceling the third base. That confines him pretty hard here.
Yo, there's no
But
transfuse
once
energy.
he pop, he builds that. Okay, he's gonna be able to hold a little bit longer. But yeah, big Ling flood. If he just continues to flood out Lings, he has 3 base production, which is great. He's even mining off of all 3 bases. He's not taking any more gases, so I think he's just gonna completely try and wreck with these Ling floods.
So the thing is that Ryu knew what Jim was going for. Like, he scouted the lair earlier. He saw the 2 bases. Like, you can deduce what he's doing. And this was Ryu's response. I like this on a map other than Death Aura, because we talk about it all the time. Like, you need like minimal effort to wall off on Death Aura, so it's harder to get like a Ling flood to work.
Yeah, exactly. Should have gone for Banelings, but the Hydra Den's already almost done, and he's got a decent defense here. But if his queens aren't in the right position, these War Crawlers might not work, and these queens might go down.
Ooh.
Okay, nice micro from both sides. He's gonna get an Overlord. Not a bad start for either side, but the Lings are now going after Jim's third base. They're checking to see if it's there, and we'll see what the Lings do here. But there's not much to defend. There's only 1 Muta here, and he still doesn't have Ling speed.
Oh,
wow, man! You normally want to get some Ling speed and also +1 melee with your Lings if you're going Muta. Jim, I feel he went into like the very rush, skip Ling speed, skip +1 melee, and just get as much mutas as you can. But Ryu, knowing Jim, seeing, like you said before, he saw what was going on. You know, the Ling flood wasn't the best idea on this map, but it's working. He's denying that third base, and Jim can't quite break this wall yet.
Yeah. And I don't know if like what you just said is triggering your memory, because this is what Jim does, right? Whenever he goes mutas, more often than not, he skips Ling speed, and that it's really weird that he decides to do that, because it kind of hurts him, because it's hard to get a support for the mutas. Normally you go like Ling muta, but Jim, he just likes going pure muta.
Yeah, and it's strange, like especially against someone who's pretty good like Ryu. It's hard to just trick him with that same build that you always go for. Well, I like this going for a 4th base. I feel like the 4th base is more just a distraction than anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows the Lings have to be out on the map lurking around, because Mutas can't really do much. Now, he gains map control as far as like Overlords and Vision goes. You can see the red Overlords everywhere and not a single blue one, but the Hydras are out, the Lurkers are done, and I think Ryu's going to be looking to push out here pretty soon. Or take another base. I
love how beautifully Ryu has been able to transition into Hydra Lurker, about to be Viper. Like, Hive is on the way here to get the Infestation Pit. Like, I dream of doing this. Like, only on 3 bases he's been able to keep Jim busy, and his economy has been perfectly fine. He hasn't lost any drones to the mutas. So now, like, he's looking really strong going into these Hydras, into these Lurkers. He's got all these spores as well defensively. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, he's got a lot of queens. I don't think he's even missing transfuses either. I'm just looking at his bases, and they're all currently transfused. And he's got transfused stacks, so they're still making more larvae. So he's good on the transfuses while simultaneously having his queens. Jim's gonna look for a little bit of a hole here. He could have transfused that probably with the queens there, but he doesn't need to. He can take a loss of 4 drones because he is up. Actually, he's down now in workers. Surprisingly, JimRising caught up. I just now noticed that.
Yeah, JimRising has been hammering that drone key, and this is what I was worried about. The mutas, they've actually found like a weak point here, and all this tech is exposed. He's gonna get the Lurker Den.
Ooh, that's rough. The Hive is out, and that means he can't get any Lurker upgrades, which is rough, because the Lurker Den is probably like the longest building to be built as a Zerg. I don't know if that's a fact, but just based off my experience, I would have to say it is. Transfuse, he's in range. Transfuse. Oh! He had a transfuse. He had a couple of transfuses ready to go.
Yeah, God, he just wasn't fast enough with that, and now he lost his Hydrogen as well. So luckily, like, he can still get Vipers because he still has that Hive, but as you said, like, losing the Lurker Den, losing the Hydrogen, like, that like delays the upgrades so long, and that's exactly what Jim... Like, at this point,
what
right?
else can you build right now? Yeah, go Ultralisk. Roaches aren't really gonna cut it. He rebuilt his Lurker Den, but JimRising's actually finished before him. So Jim actually somehow finding damage in this.
Yeah.
Maybe not damage, but I mean, yeah, you can consider it damage.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, Jim may not have been able to kill a bunch of like workers, which is normally what you want to do with all these mutas, but getting all that tech, delaying Ryu, as you were saying, Ryu, he's down in bases, he's down in workers, like, but to be fair, with the kind of army that Ryu has, like, he's just trying to turtle up, I guess, as best he can, but
Ooh, this is sick. A whole bunch of roaches, which, even though there's a few lurkers in every base, that's not enough to kill all these roaches. There's no vision here, though, so I don't think he should be scared. He was bringing all the lurkers. Now that's enough to clean this up. You just got to keep maneuvering them. Is the base going to go down? Definitely.
Oh my god, the base is exactly like the queens are busy trying to deal with the mutas, and again, like, I'm sure Ryu would have loved to have had hydras to defend against the mutas and queens to defend against the roaches, but like he just couldn't split up because the hydra was sniped earlier. Now 18 drones went down. Like, this is going like so well for Jim.
Yeah. So this is where Jim shuts us up, and I'm like, how's this gonna work? He's doing no ling speed, and he's not getting any damage. But now we see, as time goes on, he's just really map controlling and keeping his macro up so good that he hasn't stopped macroing. I guess that's the good thing about going mutas. I would have liked to see Ryu with some more ling run buys. He just really tried to go into the economy and make more hydras, but Jim's getting the damage he was looking for, and now I think he's in the lead. He already got his own hydras out, and he has a better economy, more bases. And now Jim's just gonna max out and then come in and destroy his opponent.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like,
maybe even get rid of the mutas.
I do agree, because like Ryu invested in like +1 melee early on, so like I feel like committing into lings and eventually into ultras kind of made sense. Transitioning into like this more range based army and like committing after losing your tech structures like is kind of odd to me, and it didn't really work out for him. And now it's too late, because like Jim is turtling up hard on all his bases. Like, look at all that side defense.
That's a hard turtle. That's not a soft shell turtle, guys. That is a hard shell turtle.
Oh god.
That is a red-eared slider.
Jesus. And now Jim, he's got his own Vipers, so we're gonna have some Viper on Viper action. And we've seen it before, Jim doesn't have like the best Viper control compared to Ryu, but like Jim, he's just got so much more supply.
Yeah, he's got the economy to wreck this, and as we saw like a minute ago, he just went in there and killed a bunch of workers, not even caring about losing the mutas, because he doesn't need the mutas too much. They're really a good harass unit, but they don't cause too much damage in a straight up fight. So I think he's going to be looking to trade those out and backstab while moving in with the lurkers and abducting. He has more abducts. He's got the upgrades finishing up just as he's about to go in. He's got overseers. Jim has everything he needs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He has to really mess up to lose this fight.
We'll see. The only way he can mess up is if he loses his detection, but he yoinks in the lurkers.
Blinding clouds.
Oh god.
Oh, he's moving up. He's moving up, and he takes out the only spore crawler. That was the only scary thing. Now blinding clouds can go down. And it was a very micro-intensive fight here, but in the end, it looks like Jim is getting the better hand. As long as he keeps his Vipers alive to get a couple more. There's no energy on the Vipers for Ryu. He's going to try and soak up some energy mid-battle. But even with that, I don't think he has enough to kill. There's only a few hydras here.
Exactly, like Ryu, he's got barely anything left. That's what it comes down to. He just doesn't have the supply. He's trying to bring over all his queens, and like, where were they earlier? They were actually trying to defend against the mutas in the main base. They finally dealt with the mutas. Is this enough for Ryu? He may have enough.
Yeah, that muta backstab was huge, and now it looks like with the transfuses, Ryu is gonna do just fine with the hold. But don't forget, guys, Jim, look at the map. Jim has 2 more bases on his opponent and like 20 or 30 more workers. I can't do math. Don't ask me to. But he has the economy to re-up on all these hydras and just keep not maxing out quite yet. He should like kind of pull back and max out again and then go in. He shouldn't trickle in here, but he's gonna have his +3 melee, or sorry, range done early, and actually Ryu hasn't even started it yet in the midst of all this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Jim has to be careful. Like, if he just backs off and morphs in a couple of workers, like, he can break this. Like, he's kind of, forcing it a little bit, and now, like, he's, now there are defensive Vipers for Ryu, but it looks like Jim, he may just have too much here. He's just brute forcing his way forward, and this may not be like the most elegant way to end it, but Jim, he's looking for it.
Yeah, he does have the upgrade advantage right now with +3 and finishing and +2 defense finishing, and Ryu just has +2 attack and +1 armor. So Jim with the better upgrades and the more economy. That's what wins wars. Deep pockets, and Jim got him.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, sure, Ryu is holding every time, but he just keeps losing more and more units, and Ryu can't afford it.
Yeah, and that is GG. Game number 1 goes to JimRising. That was a good game number 1. I didn't expect Jim to actually come back from that Muta play there, but that's Jim for you. Even though you know he's gonna go Mutas, you can't stop it.
GG. So Jim takes game number 1, and to be fair, like, we have seen Ryu do well before, but again, like, that Link Flood style on Death Aura, like, it's so much harder to pull off. Yeah. And you know, that may be why Jim decided to go for his fast mutas on Death Aura. Like, it's a little bit easier to defend.
I think so. Maybe he picked that map, and I'm sure he picked it just for that reason. But we'll see how it goes. What is he going to pull off next? Is the Madman going to go for mutas again?
Yes.
Of course.
This game, I don't know. This series, I'm sure we haven't seen the last of Jim's mutas.
Yeah. That would be a big brain play if he didn't go mutas.
We'll see. I mean, like, that's the other thing I love about Jim is, like, in a ZvZ, like, he doesn't just have to go mutas. Like, he's got plenty of Nidus play, he's got plenty of Roach play that he can go for as well, like these big aggressive styles. So you got to be on your toes. Like, when you see 2-base Lair from Jim, like, it isn't always 100% of the time mutas. You know, you still got to like confirm.
Definitely. So, yeah, that's the scary thing about Jim. We'll see. Ryu, I would say Ryu's more the standard guy. He does sometimes go for those Ling Floods, as we saw in game 1. That wasn't his most hardcore cheesy Ling Flood, but he does go cheesy every once in a while. As of now, though, Jim is the one that Ryu has to look out for, I think, as opposed to Jim really scared of what Ryu could do.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. And I'm not too sure what Zerg Troll is on about in the chat. But, you know, thank you for the bits. Does activate the alert there. You are not silenced. We do not censor people here. As long as they give us bits.
You said as long as they give us bits, but no bits, then silence, peasant. I enjoy even the non-bit givers.
And speaking of silence, I was able to actually cast a Sentimento once with Yaku, and something that we looked up and that he incorporated in his intro, his Spanish intro, I believe. You need to look that up with the Spanish intro. Jim's last name is Silencio.
Oh, really? That's a good name.
that's pretty sick, man.
Cool.
Like,
yeah. Why would you not use that? Silencio.
Right.
Silencio Rising. I don't know. You could have worked that in.
Like Jim, we looked it up. Like, his full name is actually pretty sick. It's like, my god. Like, and you went for Jim? All right, okay.
Yeah.
Here it is. Jaime.
Names.
Wait. Jaime Arturo Duran Silencio.
Dang, you got a bunch of cool names.
Oh yeah.
Duran, that's a cool name. What was the other one? Arturo?
Yeah.
I have a friend named Arturo. He's a cool guy. Arturos are usually cool guys. But speaking of Arturo, can this guy in the bottom left-hand corner take out Arturo Silencio? That should be his new name. But we'll see what he can do here. He's got to do something because the other man is quite the interesting player in this scene. Spawning down here, he's currently teamless. He is the red Zerg player. He is Ryu.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Jackanatha LE, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the blue Zerg, representing Timbers Esports. He is looking to silence his opponent right now. Can he pull it off? He's already up 1-0 in this best of 3. It is JimRising.
The best dancer in all of StarCraft. Arguable, but let's argue about it.
No. Inarguably the best dancer in all of StarCraft.
Yeah, I agree.
I think maybe the only person who could have topped him was Snoot back in the day.
Yeah. The long gone are those dancing days. So I mean, I don't know. Jim has done a lot for his stream. Some would say he's a sellout. A sellout. He dances. He's even possibly calling himself a pro gamer now. If Jim calls himself a pro gamer, he's a complete sellout. He has to remain a streamer for life.
I have to ask you, what has Jim not done for his stream?
What has Jim not done? He hasn't eaten anything crazy that I can think of. I would like to see him eat some crazy food.
All right, chat, make it happen. All right, we gotta.
Jim hasn't collabed with the CranKy Ducklings on something great. That's what Jim hasn't done on stream yet. He needs to collab with anybody. He needs to collab with me and come to Texas. And I don't know what I'd do with Jim. I'd do something great though.
Dance
I'm
together.
taking swimming with the lily pads.
Yo, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, mate, you've been gone for an extended period of time. The last we heard of you, you're like, all right, I'm going camping. I'm going out to the wilderness. In my mind, yeah, you headed out. You ended up like driving into another pond, and like the lily pads, they got you. Like,
yeah, I'm actually streaming this from underwater in the lily pad still. Oh God, they're back.
Oh God.
Yeah, but actually, that's why I didn't come back, guys. I was too ashamed to tell you that there was no lily pads. It was a very boring trip. Nothing crazy went down.
What?
It was actually, yeah, it was one of the more boring trips. I didn't take a lot of alcohol. I kind of went hunting a little bit. I didn't see anything. I sat around for 2-3 days. Then I packed up and went home. Nothing crazy. And I was leaving there, and I was like, man, am I an old man, or what's going on here?
You're like, am I
washed up?
am I losing it right now?
Am I losing it? I didn't break anything. Nothing went wrong. Like, I think I've lost it, guys. I don't know.
I like how the break between like your two like big like camping experiences, like the one where nothing happened and the one where a lot happened, is like a couple of months, and you're like, am I done?
It's like it, you know? It's like a StarCraft player when, you know, probably how Sarah feels getting beat by Raynor right now. He's like, is this it? Am I washed? But there will be more camping trips in the future, so I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful I can live up to my title.
Hopefully.
One day, we'll see.
Yeah. And hopefully, you know, maybe it gets streamed, or like, I don't know, like how the reception is out there, or like you record a video.
Terrible, but I would like to stream something. But I do like record on my phone, so I'm gonna start trying to get some actual footage of the crazy things we do. Some of it isn't like legal to put on YouTube, I don't think. I'll try and put what I can. And so far, we have like a Ling versus Ling battle with Jim going mute as everybody take a shot.
Everybody take a shot, because what we saw is, once again, Jim has gone for his lair off of 2 bases. Ryu did scout it very early on because he got 2 lings in. He was able to scout the lair. He saw the gases as well. So he should be able to deduce that Jim is doing the same thing. He does need to confirm. We saw Jim, he went for that big slow ling counterattack. Of course, slow lings, they didn't do anything. And we'll see how Ryu responds here. What's his plan?
Yeah. Did Zertroll just donate more bits and ask if we're sponsored by Spire GG and Alpha X?
He did. So, as you can see on the screen right now, Alpha X and Spire GG are on the overlay. They do not sponsor us. They sponsor Sentimiento Latino. They actually provide the prize pool for this tournament.
But if you guys want them to sponsor us, you should let them know. Like, yo. Sponsor CranKy Ducklings for something. I don't know what, but something would be great.
Yeah.
But we do have mutas from both sides, actually. Ryu, well, maybe not mutas. I'm assuming he will go Corruptors. Or maybe mutas, since he has a 3rd base, he will be able to get more gas out and more larva. So maybe he tries to out-muta Jim, and then Jim goes Corruptors? I don't know. It's going to get weird.
Yeah, we'll see. Meanwhile, there's... Yeah, pretty nice Link counterattack. He's able to kill a queen, forces a cancel on the 3rd base as well. And I'm really curious, like, because there are 2 ways to play this. You either go mutas and catch up with your superior gas, or you go straight into Corruptors.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm interested in what the mines will do here. Both of them getting... Actually, he's getting +1 melee. JimRising. That's kind of interesting. Melee and range, I mean, he's getting range.
Yeah.
Ryu's the one getting melee, which is what you normally go for, so your lings are your defense, and they're a little bit stronger. While you build up that count.
It's interesting. So it looks like Jim wants to supplement his army with roaches, or maybe he's getting ready to transition into hydras. It's hard to say. I'm just really surprised because Ryu hasn't started any air units. He hasn't started any corruptors or mutas. Like, I'm waiting to see what his plan is, and he just hasn't gone into it yet.
Yeah, he's making more. He's making 4 mutas now, but he's also making drones still, and going for +1 flyer weapons. So I think he's just keeping the mutas busy with these lings, because there's no counter lings from Jim. So Ryu's just kind of like herding these mutas all around the map while he buys time to get a better economy and get that muta advantage up. But I think Jim sniffs this out and he's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go into roaches now, or maybe that's the wrong call and he should keep going into mutas since he had the advantage.
That's the thing, right? Like, because Ryu is going hard into mutas and he's gonna have +1 air attack soon, and JimRising didn't get any upgrades for his mutas, like, Ryu's gonna go in, he's gonna win the air fight, and then he's just gonna keep going. And Jim, he doesn't have a Hydra Den, like, he's just gonna have roaches, and roaches aren't gonna help at all.
Yeah, another scary thing is Jim has about like 50,000 overlords all over the map, and if Ryu doesn't find any damage, he can just go around and kill these and supply block Jim forever.
And we all know like how supply intensive roaches are, right? So it's gonna be really difficult to really get back into this. We'll see again, like Ryu, he's been hiding his mutas, but now they finally show themselves.
A lot of mutas. And I'm looking at the units tab, and it's 21 mutas for Ryu to the 10 mutas of Jim. And this is rough. The roaches got caught out super early on, and he's not splitting the roaches or anything. He's just going for it.
Yeah, to be fair, I feel like Jim, he's doing what he needs to do. He's like, all right, like there are mutas out, I need to do something with these roaches now, otherwise they're gonna be wasted. And
GG. Wow. Jim sadly did not get the W on that one, but it's a ball game.
Jim got out muted.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Ryu shouldn't have lost the first game because he saw it happening. And yeah, that was weird. He saw it the first game and he wasn't able to stop it. In the second game, he's like, okay, now that I see it, I'm gonna believe it. That's probably what it was. He's like, nah, Jim's pulling my leg here. And then the second time, he's like, I need to make sure Jim's not just pulling my leg here.
yeah, definitely. That was really well done by Ryu. Again, better decision making compared to game 1. Honestly, I wouldn't have minded like a big Ling flood from him. Like, again, it's a little bit easier to pull off on Jagannatha, but he's like, nah, mate, I'm just gonna go straight into mutas myself. I'm gonna like hide them, bank them up, get my upgrades, and just like call Jim's bluff. And in the end, he came out with more mutas. Like, I don't even think he knew 100% that Jim was banking up all those roaches. Like, he kind of got lucky in that respect.
Yeah, I think that was super lucky. Jim didn't have no lings for scouting. He was just trying to get those little lings with all of his mutas, and I think that's the real problem. If he had something for defense, maybe like a baneling nest or something, or just his own flood of lings, and then he could go harass with the mutas, he would have seen the mutas coming out. But with that extra base that Ryu had, he was able to just bank up the mutas faster. And I don't know, even if Jim continued to go into mutas, I don't know if he would have had enough to stop the 3 base production of mutas from Ryu.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Jim, for a solid like 2 minutes, he was chasing those lings. Like, he was tunnel visioning hard. And like it's a couple of things, right? Because he's chasing those lings, he's not like being active with his mutas like in the bases. He's not scouting. If he was, like, maybe he would have seen the spire and he would have seen that, you know, that Ryu was banking up a bunch of mutas, so he would have known to get ready for that anti-muta army.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He got a little bit greedy. Just chasing those lings down. I mean, I guess that was kind of like the checkmate from Ryu. He's like, you have to chase these lings, or I'm going to take out your 3rd base again.
Yeah.
And since you have to chase these lings, I'm going to, you know, get my mutas out. And it's good play there by Ryu. Finding the weaknesses in Jim's build. We'll see how both players adapt, though, getting into the final match of this semi-final.
Yeah, here we go. This is it. This is the ace match. We're tied up 1-1 in this best of 3, and only one of these Zerg players is going to advance to face Paco Mike in the finals.
Yeah. What does Ares do that's so crazy?
Ares is a stunt double. Like he's
really?
Yeah, he's like a body double for like TV shows and stuff in Singapore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I had no idea.
Yeah, yesterday he got run over by a car 7 times.
But he's okay?
Yeah, he's okay. Like he didn't get run
part of work.
Yeah, he got hit by a car and he was because straight after work, like he jumped on the cast and he's like, "Yo, my body's really killing me right now." Like it's like, "Oh my god, I got hit by a car." Like
that's interesting. What did you do to work today? I got hit by a car 7 times. Oh, that's normal. Speaking of getting hit by a car, this guy in the bottom right-hand corner, currently teamless. Last game, it kind of looks like he hit his teammate, or his opponent, I'm sorry, with the car. Here it is. It is the Zerg player. He's red. He is Ryu!
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Mexican Zerg player, the blue Zerg, representing Team Timbers Esports. He's looking to be the car driver here, looking to run over his opponent. Can he do it? It is JimRising.
He should be able to do it.
Well, we'll see.
I think. But yeah, Ryu's pretty good here. I don't think Ryu should be Jim, but Ryu's something.
We'll see, because this is Romanticide and this map is pretty big. It does favor longer macro games. But at the same time, because it's so big, like Mutaplay can also do well here as well. So we'll see.
Isn't Ryu like the lurker god, and didn't he get beat in game 1 by lurkers from Jim? That's kind of crazy. I didn't put that together.
Yeah, this is true. Like Ryu, he is, you know, the Hydra lurker guy, and he kind of, if you remember in game 1, like because of the economy of Jim, like Jim, he was trading inefficiently, like he was losing a lot of lurkers and Hydras, but like he didn't even care. He just brute forced his way in. So like could happen again here. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, we'll see. And so far, Jim doesn't have a layer yet. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He actually can't get a layer out because he's going for queens, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it very soon.
Mate.
Nice. There's a lot of different ways you can handle that one build that Jim's been using. This is great for Ryu if Jim does go for those lings again. And we all know the only reason you hide an Evo chamber in your base, or attempt to hide it, is so that you can get ling melee.
Oh yeah. +1 melee should be on the way. You know what, Jim? He doesn't have link speed. Like he's going for it again. He's skipping link speed, so it could be a little bit harder to defend. And for you,
he got it.
Oh,
maybe it's a fake. What if he cancels it and then gets a layer?
That would be crazy. Do you think he's gonna do it?
Yes.
He should. It would make sense, right? Like he only started it because the ling got in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He started as the ling came in. He still has enough money for. Oh, he canceled it. Layer? No layer though. Where's the layer? Is it in the natural?
It's got to be coming soon. Like he's got to be saving that gas for something. And oh my god, he's going for it. No, it's just the wall. He's going for the layer.
Huh. And roaches. Okay, there's the layer.
Yeah. It's just the wall. He's going straight into roaches.
Oh, he can't wall off because of his creep tumor. I've been there before. This is the things I'm talking about, where I love to see pros mess up just like I do. Like you're not thinking, throw the creep tumor down, you spread it, you don't put it too far, and then you're like, oh damn, I gotta build a wall here, don't I?
Yeah. All right, so we do see that Ryu, he is getting 1-1. He is getting a third base, looking to go for that link flood that he did in game 1, as we saw on Death Aura. It didn't work out on Death Aura. It can work a little bit better here on Romanticide. Again, there are 3. Oh, that Evo is gonna lose health. There's no creep. It's losing health.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. Wow. What are we watching here?
Jesus.
It's like touching it, but it's not enough. I guess they're not getting enough creep juice into their orifices.
Exactly. So a creep tumor does go down, but you know what? The Evo, it's already lost a little bit of health, and Ryu, he's getting ready to flood in with all of his lings. Meanwhile, Jim, he's not going for Spire.
No, I think he sees what's up here because there's a lot of lings in front, and he sees that third base with the Overseer, and or Overlord, I'm sorry, and the third base has no saturation really. So I think that's a tell that something's coming up. Ryu's actually throwing down his own spine. I guess maybe he thinks that the mutas are already on the way, or no, actually a spine does nothing mutas. I don't know what he's expecting here. Maybe a Nidus worm.
Yeah. So what he does see is that there's still only 2 bases for Jim.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he hasn't gone into scout fully yet. Like, he does see the wall, and he does see. I think what he saw was the Roach one upgrading, like wiggling and jiggling. So,
oh yeah, that's right. He did see that.
Yeah.
So he knows it's gonna be a Nidus all in here. But Ryu pulling a Jim. He's going for the Spire.
Oh,
he got a giant Ling Flood.
Yeah,
which he
like
was never able to use, so it's good defensively now.
Exactly, right? Like +1, like 1/1 Lings are gonna do so well against roaches. Like, they chew them up if they get a nice round, and Ryu just has to survive long enough for his own mutas to come out.
Yeah, I was just about to say, but Ryu needs to look out for that Nidus. Not that I don't think Jim has a Nidus. He's not going for a Nidus, but he does. Ryu already has like every corner covered with the Overlord or a Ling on patrol. And there's a lot of roaches, but he can get a cancel. I don't think the roaches are going to get over there in time.
Oh, yeah.
Canceled, nice. But that's a lot of roaches. He needs to do something. He's making 12 more Lings. I think he should just throw down a bunch of spines right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, so he did a couple of things. He canceled the third, but that forces the push from Jim. So Jim is going across the map with all his roaches. This is a good place to surround, but I don't think there's enough Lings. Like, he desperately needs to get a defense. Okay, another wave of Lings.
Look here.
Yo, he's going to surround.
But is it going to be enough? These roaches are going to be pretty well upgraded. Oh man, he's hemorrhaging too many right now. He's not even attacking, and he's losing a bunch.
Yeah.
All right, here comes this round.
That was a lot of Lings. Immediately, the spine goes down. And it looks like he is going to get us around. Is it going to be enough?
Oh, nice.
Enough?
Yeah, this ain't bad here for Jim. I guess he had enough there, and he's making more and more. There's 7 mutas on the way, but with this many roaches in your base, that's just not going to be enough to end this at all. And this entire base is going to go down. Now Ryu can possibly sacrifice 1 base, but not 2.
Exactly.
And if all these workers go down, it's over.
Yeah, and that's it.
GG. Wow.
GG. They're just barely not enough there for Ryu. Again, as you said, he did hemorrhage a lot of Lings, like dancing back and forth, like he wasn't sure he wanted to commit, and yeah, Jim with a really strong roach push.
Yeah, Jim's like, I'm gonna be different and go for roaches. Pretty much exactly like I predicted.
Yeah, and
he was gonna go mutas mostly, and then I figured he'd go for something different at the end.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like, that's what's scary about Jim. Like, when you see Jim like with the 2-base lair, like, it doesn't 100% mean he's going for mutas, you know? Like, he can mix in other things. Yeah.
The scary thing is Jim might not go mutas. But yeah, I mean, I think maybe if you get a layer faster and then get an overseer out to go scout out and scan in there, or get, which is kind of very unpopular, but I think it'd be good against Jim, get Overlord speed if you're going heavy on the Lings. You know, get an extra gas, get the Overlord speed, check out what JimRising's doing, because Jim, if you don't see what he's doing, you lose. But